Hi, my name is Molly Marshall, and my presentation will be over how foster care affects young youth and how today's society is making changes to help benefit these children's lives. Many of you might have the question, what exactly is foster care? Well, foster care is set in place for children who have been abused or neglected by their biological parents have a safe environment to call home. On any given day, 437,000 children are in foster care in the United States. Foster care allows them to heal from their past and grow in a nurturing, loving family setting. If a child is being abused, CPS will come in and take that child away from their situation and bring them into foster care. Now you might be asking, what are some of the forms of abuse? So there can be 3 different types of forms of abuse. It's physical, emotional, and verbal and sexual abuse. Physical is the intentional harm of a child by a caregiver. Verbal/emotional abuse is the act of belittling young children through hurtful words, which can have a lifetime effect on these children. And lastly, sexual abuse is the molestation of a child by a caregiver, which can include anywhere from inappropriate touching to forced sex. Each year, the United States receives 3.5 million reports covering 6 million children suspected of having been abused or neglected. Now, this is a huge number. So by CPS taking these kids in and giving them foster care, it is giving them a brighter future than what they think lies ahead for them. Typically, when children are taken away from their current abusive situation, it has positive impacts on the child, but it also can have negative impacts on the child. You see, a child forms different attachment styles. When a child is born, they automatically start to form attachment with the mother, which is a secure attachment. A secure attachment allows them to know themselves and their others people as not danger. When a child is taken from their mother, they can start to form insecure attachment styles. There's 3 different types of insecure attachment styles. Anxious ambivalent attachment is when a child has a negative view of self and a positive view of others and is dependent on others for validation or approval. Avoidant attachment is when a child has a negative view of others and relies on themselves to meet their needs. Disorganized attachment is when a child is unable to regulate their emotions when triggered. Now, these can be caused from a variety of different things, but trauma on these children and then being taken away from what they call home is one of the biggest impacts that would cause an insecure attachment style to form in these children. Now that you've learned about the forms of abuse and how these children's past traumas can affect their lives, we're going to dive deeper into the effects of foster care. Being taken away by CPS and put into foster care can have many effects on a child's life. First of all, social and mental outbursts can be very prevalent among these children. About 50% of foster children placed in special education are identified with emotional or behavioral disorders. For example, this could be anxiety, depression, attachment disorders. And these outbursts can occur in school, at home, in any stressful environment that they don't feel wanted and loved. Number 2, many foster children don't have the financial means to get a higher education. There are more than 430,000 children in foster care, and of these children, only 50% graduate college and only 3% go on to get their bachelor's degree. Now, these children not having the money to get a higher education can cause homelessness and an increase in risky behaviors such as drug use, risky sexual behaviors, and etc. Even though these foster kids have to go through great obstacles in their life, today's society is helping them overcome these obstacles in huge ways. So some of the solutions our society has come up with, for one, having a loving family who has already had children. These parents have already had not normal children, but children who might not go through the amount of trauma as them, and they would be better qualified to help these foster children go through these obstacles not alone, not feeling like they're alone. Second, schools have programs for foster children with mental or social outbursts to attend counseling. These counseling sessions will help them break down barriers that they might feel that the world is against them, or they might have anxiety and depression, and it will overall help not just their everyday life, but their education. Teachers and administrators are teaching these children to self-advocate and look for scholarships. So by these students putting their name out there and saying, I am a foster kid and I do struggle financially, and just by these counselors and teachers and administrators helping them look for scholarships and helping them know that there is a future for them. Also, 28 states offer tuition waivers or scholarship programs to former foster kids. This could relieve a great amount of pressure on these foster children, knowing that people are behind them and want them to succeed in life. Lastly, moving when the foster children age out of foster care from 18 to 21 will allow them to mature more and grow and have a set plan of action to what they're going to do in their life and in their career that lies ahead of them. Thank you for watching, and if you are looking for any more information, there will be references down below and websites that you can go look through for more information.